This card trick truly does fool everybody. What you're going to do is you're going to ask the spectator to cut these cards a couple of times, like so. The magician then takes the cards and just gives them a quick shuffle, followed by another cut. And just for good measure, we're going to give these a quick overhand shuffle as well, followed by another cut. From here, the magician instructs the spectator to cut these into 4 piles, just like that. All right, we start with this pile here. The top card is going to tell us to count down to 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You've also cut to a 2, which tells us to count 2 cards down. 1, 2. The next pile is a number 3, so let's count 1, 2, 3. And the next pile is a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now just remember, you've cut these cards, they've been shuffled, you've cut 4 piles. How is it possible then that the top card has told us to count down to the 4 aces? Did that trick fool you? Well, let's learn how it's done. Oh, hello there. What's cracking? Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today I've got a really fun self-working card trick and it's an absolute killer. The reason being is because you can add sleight of hand, little flourishes and all this fancy stuff in it, or you can just keep it really simple and you don't have to do any of that fancy stuff and it still fools people, and it fools people badly. It's an ace cutting routine. I'm sure you're going to love it. If you're ready to see it, do me a favor and just like the video. I'll wait. And subscribe if you're new, and let's get right into it. Right, so here is the explanation to this incredible self-working card trick, and you'll notice I did say self-working. That's because it is. However, there are 2 false shuffles in here if you want to spice it up a little bit. So here is the method. I'm using a stack. So the stack is this. I have king all the way through to ace in different suits. So I'll put them on the table so you can see them. All right, so you'll notice it goes king all the way through to ace, but every card is a different suit. Now you can be completely random. You can randomize this however you want, as long as you have king all the way through to ace for all of the aces. And so once you've done that, you just put one on top of the other. It really doesn't matter which order you do it in. And here's how the stack works. You can cut these cards as many times as you like. So I guess this is kind of a mathematical trick as well. The top card is now going to tell you where the ace is. So if I was to count down now to the value of the king, which is 13, it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It's incredible. Honestly, it's crazy how this works. So if I do it again, you'll see I've got another king. We'll make it a bit different. We've got a 6, so I'll count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And all these cuts that you're doing makes it look completely random. Well, I didn't mean to do that again. So, let's have a look. There we go, an 8 this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which is going to be an ace. It's crazy how it works. So that's, in a nutshell, how the method is and how the stack works. So from here, what you want to do is you want to start the routine and say, look, I want you to give the cards a couple of cuts. And they do that. And then from there, I went straight into a false riffle shuffle. Now, the one that I did in the performance, and I'll show you now, I'll leave a link up here so that you can learn how to do it. I've done a tutorial on it before, so if you want to go and learn it. If you don't want to learn it, you can skip it and just do the next shuffle that I'll show you. So we do the false riffle shuffle, which looks kind of like a really messy one. Goes straight into a cut. And from here, I did what's called an optical overhand shuffle, where basically you're cutting off the back block of cards like this, and you're making it look like you're shuffling the cards. And I'll do it again. The way this works is you take off a block from the back. These need to move, so you need to move your fingers and keep these moving. At the same time, you want to have your thumb sliding down, not actually taking the card, obviously, but it gives the illusion that you're shuffling the cards. You only want to do it 3 or 4 times, because otherwise it just looks suspicious. Because if you do it too long, it doesn't look like a shuffle. But if you do it quickly, it does. So again, you take a block from the back, and then all in one motion, that's all you're doing. And then you place them on top of the pack. So don't put them back on the top. And from here, I always give it another cut. So every time I shuffle, I like to give it another cut. It just makes the trick look so much more random. So from here, you're doing the 4 piles. Now, what you want to tell the spectator is just say, I want you to cut half of this pile here, which they will do. And then you want to say, I want to tell you what, cut this one in half as well, which they do. And then cut this one. Now they can be, I'll just cut it so they're kind of even. It doesn't have to be perfect. So if they don't cut them perfectly, it doesn't matter. The trick is still going to work, because now whatever is on top, there's going to be an ace at that value. So let's take the first one. I always say to them as well, I always stress the importance of whatever you're saying to the spectator has a massive impact on the whole climax of the trick. The reason being is because if you're just doing this trick and saying, look, just if we have a look here, we'll turn over this one, it's a 10, which tells me there's a 10 at something. You don't want to do that, okay? What you want to do is just remind them, remember, you cut these cards. It's just creating that image that, yeah, I did cut them, and it makes it more impossible to work out in the end. So what you want to do is say, look, you've cut to a 10, so which tells me I need to count down to 10 cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I'm just going to place it on the table in front. And you've also cut to a queen, which has a value of 12. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And that goes onto the table. And let's see what you've cut to next. A 7, which tells me I have to count down to 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Place that on the table. And then the last one is another queen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And you just place it on the table. Now, they obviously have no idea what these cards are. So what you want to do is just recap. Just say, look, remember, you've cut these cards. You've cut them into 4 even piles, and some of them aren't even perfect. Yet the top card has had a value in it. We've counted down to the top card. We've counted down 10 cards, but for some reason, after cutting and counting, you have cut perfectly down to the 4 aces. And honestly, this is such a killer routine, and it really is impossible. Like that just can't happen with a shuffled pack of cards, or so spectators think anyway. So if you really like that routine, I hope you did, do me a favor, share this video far and wide, like the video, subscribe if you're new, and yeah, it's a good trick. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. I'll see you next time.